I'm really hoping that we're live right now. Oh. Let's see. It's working. Hello, everyone. Hello. Welcome to the stream. Today, we're going to be hanging out, and we're going to be sorting some cards and doing some other stuff with the cards as well. And talking about the Pokemon market. Very excited. I don't do a lot of live streams. So it always feels like a very special occasion whenever I do. Very excited for this one though. So I have a lot of cards with me. I have like many stacks of graded cards. They're not all on the desk right now. A lot of them are like over on a shelf over there, and I was gonna get them as we're going through and sorting. I'm not sure what the best way to sort is because I have like a limited amount of space on my desk, but like, so basically like I've got like several hundred slabs I want to sort, but okay, here's what's happening. I have several hundred slabs I want to sort, and the problem is that all of those, you know, slabs are like listed, and so I just like, whenever anything sells, I just look through all of them until I find the one I'm looking for. So it's like really inefficient. In fact, I think I have to find a few while we're going through all of these today to actually like set aside that sold. Thank you. I love this playmat so much. It's so perfect having playmats as like desk pads and like stuff for your mice as well, which we have over here. My mouse is like crunchy. I don't know if you guys can hear that. But yeah, I'm super excited for today's stream. I feel like it should just be like really fun and chill, like just low stakes. So we're gonna go through. I also have like a lot of things that I want to say about a lot of the cards that we're gonna talk about, because a lot of these I'm like, God, what is going on with these prices? It's just like absolutely crazy. The Entei one here is obviously my favorite. As you guys know, I love this set. Got the PSA. Oh wait, I can show it right here actually. I have the PSA 10, as you guys can see. I love it so much. This is probably like one of my favorite cards that I own, especially because of the story of how I got it. So this one I got at a convention. Someone came up to me and they're like, oh, I heard you might want this, because, you know, I'm known to collect Entei cards, and obviously I did in fact want it. It's so pretty. Sorry, I'm like looking at it in the camera. It looks so good. Okay, so also wait, how is the audio? Can you guys hear me okay? I need some confirmation here. Also, we have so many people watching. So exciting. I never know how many people are gonna like show up to these, because like, again, I like never do them regularly. I feel like I should. I would like to do them like once a week ideally. It's just I was late today, and I'm always late, but today was because I got a new computer, so I like had to reset up everything, and then my camera was like not cooperating with me, and then my other camera was not, because look, we have like two things here. Also, my skin looks so different on both of them. It's so different, it's crazy. Okay, so first, I actually have a bunch of cards that I wanted to list. I don't know if I should do those first. It's like literally just a giant bag of like slabs, so I'm gonna put a lot of these on the misprint site, and I think that's kind of fun because like we would go through and comp things, which is like, I feel like the best way to get like a feel for like what the market is doing is literally to like just be like listing things. So I could show that, or we can sort things, or I can just like show cool stuff. A lot of the stuff that I have, I picked up last weekend, so the title's actually a bit out of date. There's a lot more cards that we have to sort. And a lot of them, like everything before was like already listed, but I didn't get the chance to list a lot of the stuff that I picked up this weekend. So that is kind of what I wanted to do. I don't know if that's like a weird thing to like stream myself doing, but I feel like it like makes sense as a thing to stream. I don't know. Like this is the type of stuff I like to watch. I really like to just watch people like doing their job and like sorting stuff. So let me get the big backpack that I have of slabs real quick. You guys should still be able to hear me? Okay, here it is. Oh, I actually got a couple more slabs that aren't in here that are really cool. So I'm excited to show those. Also, this is like my chance to like flex a little bit. because this is how I sell like every single card now. I only sell on our site. I would like to stream more often. I would love to stream playing like games and stuff, but the thing is, I'm not very good at anything, so games in particular, I don't know if I have that kind of potential. I feel like it's hard for me to be the type to like stream talking about the market a lot, because I have a problem where like if I ever hear anybody say anything on the internet, I'm like, I can't say that now. It's already been said. Like, people have already heard this take, even though that's not how it works. Or especially if I've ever said anything once before online in my life, even if it's like from a video like 3 years ago, I'm like, everyone's just gonna be like, this is so repetitive. Like, why are we watching this? Okay, so this is like very straightforward. Also, this is, oh my god, so crusty. Another thing we have to do is so many of these have stickers or like various what are these called, graded cards, or like other cases for the cases, and I really don't like them. My number one pet peeve, guys, if you ever have a slab, never do this thing. Never ever put the sticker directly on the slab. Put it on a sleeve. This person put it on a sleeve. Very reasonable of them. Shout out to Rafi Rips. That's what you should do. Do I do a lot of grading myself? No. I don't do a lot of grading. I don't have the patience for that, and like every time I just like look at the cards and I'm like, I just talk myself out of it. I'll like literally make a list. Like I literally have, look at this. This is a box of cards I was gonna send off to CGC. I actually have 2 of them. I'm never gonna send these, I promise. It's like literally entirely full of like cards that I was gonna send. Also, this is actually related to like a video that I was editing, but like this is all from like a binder of reverse hollows from EXR that I bought. I was wondering what these were actually, so now I know. But yeah, I am like prolifically too lazy, and for me like the problem is I do occasionally grade things, but right now like I think the wait is too long for me. So unless I'm gonna grade some like higher end stuff where like the wait isn't so bad, I just don't think it makes sense for me personally to grade things. Like if it were like something in my PC, well, again, kids, that's like, did you see what cards were in there? They're not like super expensive. I also have a PSA box somewhere, but I also like rifled through it a lot, so I wasn't gonna show that one. Okay, so I don't really know how to use iPhones because I'm actually recording this with my real phone. So this is gonna be me trying to learn how to use an iPhone. This is like my favorite part. All I have to do is like take a photo with all the labels. Doesn't have to be a great photo. If I just press submit, it just takes a little bit to load. So I'm just gonna be doing this, and like we can just like talk about different things while we do it. I might also talk about some of the cards. Also, I'm just like so triggered by like, I feel like whenever something that I like gets popular, I get upset because it feels like stolen valor. I think this is also a horrible cringe take to have. You should never feel this way, but I'm like, I liked this thing before it was cool. Like, I've always been a huge fan of just, like, EXs and stuff in general, and, like, megas. And I think in my 2024 predictions, I said I thought megas were gonna, like, do really well, and, like, the gold secret rares. And now they are, and now I'm upset about it. I don't know why I'm upset about it, but, like, I am. So, as you guys can see, this just loaded. Whenever I do this, I still make sure that the right one came up. So, like, we have this this slab has seen some better days. Oh my god, this is like probably been used for like 20 different cards, this sleeve. But I just like to check to make sure the price is right. I would actually say that's a pretty good price for us to list it at. So I would just go back and then just keep scrolling through all of these basically until they're all done. And this is like not a very exciting process, but it is super fast for listing everything because I don't have to like go in and make actual listings. And I really like using this for buying cards. Whenever I go to shows, literally all I do is I will scan these cards and I'll pay 85% or like whatever of whatever it says, like trying to buy like as many cards as I can from someone. If you don't like the price, you can just like skip it. But I have like perhaps too much faith in this, obviously, because like I made it, but I think it's like pretty good. So what did this one say? 241. Honestly, that might be a little low, but oh well, there was that sale. I think 240 is fine. So I just go through if anything is super off, because like some cards may not have any recent sales, but you know, their class of type of card may have gone up a lot. It's always good to double check these things. Where do I put source of the Pokemon data from misprint, like getting a list of all cards or current market data external to your site? You know, we do a lot of processes and algorithms. It's pretty easy to get raw data. The hard part is classifying it all. So like you can get the sales data from eBay pretty easily, but then like what do you map it to make sure they're all the right thing? Especially getting this to work with what was the one that was really hard? Pokemon Center promos, for some reason, were like weirdly hard to make work. I don't know why. And then also, like, eventually it got fixed. I think it's also one of those things, the more you like iterate on it, because this is a machine learning based algorithm. My co-founder could talk more about it because I don't really do the algorithm as much as a lot of the like UX stuff, and then a lot of the like actual like direction and all of that other stuff. It's really fun, honestly, to like just see like, I can't believe sometimes like the things that just like actually work. So I'm like pretty proud of this, like the fact that this works. So the Blastoise, I'm good with that price. The Charizard, I got this full set of these three. I actually really like them. I think they're like quite cool. I love the reverses from this era. This one I distinctly remember having as a kid. I wonder if I actually still have it. I think it's my kid binder here. Let me see. It's still here. This is like my actual childhood binder. We're really going on a lot of tangents. I don't know how much like actual work I'm gonna get done. I guess I don't have it in this one. I have another one somewhere. Let me see. I have like several old binders that it could be in. Let's see if it's in this one. These were all like untouched from like when I was a kid. You can really tell. My handwriting actually hasn't gotten that much better though. I wonder if there's one in here. Oh, I think I took all the rares out of this one at some point. Aside from like a bunch of legendaries, you can really tell like this is so old and crusty. Like I would never put anything like this now, but I don't want to take it out because it's like so nostalgic having them in this exact like gross way. I don't know. This is like, oh, I was like trying to get all the unknowns. It's so cute. It's so wholesome. So awesome. Sorry, I really like looking through these, even though there's like nothing like crazy in them. It's just like so nostalgic. Okay, so the Charizard, I feel like I remember 500 being around, correct? Yeah, I'm good with 500 on that one. So, oh gosh, this is kind of hard to see on dark mode. Let me, maybe if I make this light mode, I don't really know how light mode. We're speedrunning Ava learning how to use it. Oh, there we go. Okay, this should hopefully be easier now. I just figured this is like a pretty good way for me to like do my job and also like be social. Building a Pokemon app yourself and having an interesting time trying to source all the data. Yeah, it's not easy. And the problem is like you have to constantly be like on top of it because like, you know, however things are listed and shown could change, which could just like break everything you're doing. And then you just have to like be fixing it like on a daily basis. You're never able to open a single Crystal Guardians booster. Same for Skyridge. Did I open Crystal Guardians? I think I did, probably. This would have been like around the very beginning of when I got in, and it would have already like been in print. I think I got into Pokemon probably around like 2007. I liked Yu-Gi-Oh before that, but then Pokemon ended up being pretty cool. So 535, yeah, these are not my stickers, by the way. So if you see any of these, so this one's actually gone up a lot. Wow, that's crazy. So there was a 629 and a 650 sale. Then it was 521. I guess the 600 was a pretty good sticker, actually. I'm probably gonna list that one at just like 600 on the dot. So I think still a pretty good price. Right, and then we want the Venusaur. So this one is, do you have any insight what is required to access eBay or TCG Player APIs? No. All right, next up, I'm gonna say the 60 is fair for this one. One data point. Nice. TCG Player, I want to say they don't have a public API. We don't get any data from them. So then Reshiram Zekrom. Does the app keep track what you bought it for? I want to add that type of stuff eventually. So we're working on a collection tracking feature, which like I can actually show a bit. It's so scuffed right now though, we have to fix it. I think it like the way, so I made a lot of that, which explains why like it's bad. The front part looks great, like it's pretty nice to look at, but like basically anytime I make something, it's just like if you like made a cake out of like cement where it like looks kind of nice but like is totally inedible, you know, because like you could like pipe the cement and then like it would look good. That's like me when I make features. So I should only be allowed to do like front end tasks, in my opinion. All right, so this one, it's got a couple 425s, 405s, and then 500. Pretty wide range. Let me see what we had that one at. 400. Sure, why not? The Reshiram Charizard, Ava the Rizzler. I don't know if that's accurate. All right. The Reshizard is 140. That I think is pretty accurate as well. I'm pretty happy like using this. Like it makes my life so much easier. Also though, I still am really bad. I can barely scroll. Like I don't know why I'm so bad at this. So 140 on that one. This one, I'm gonna believe the 370 is probably pretty accurate. A lot of times I don't always check. So there's the 336 and then a 450. I don't know. Let's see what the 336 was. So it was an auction. That's a legit sale. Okay, now how do I go back? Back? Okay, wow, nice. I know how to do that on a regular phone, to be clear. Did you get your set of Pokemon Center ETBs? Are you talking about for the black and white set? No, of course not. I went in there. If you like go on my Discord, there's just a screenshot that I sent of Pokemon Center refused to connect. Starbreon, hello. I can never get any of that stuff, like actually through the Pokemon Center. So the 372, I might change that one to be 400 because there was the one low sale. And also, what I usually do is like if someone puts a bid in, that's reasonable because like we have like the bid ask thing, I'll usually just accept it. So Celebi Venusaur at 143. I think that's probably gonna be pretty accurate. Yeah, I'm fine with that. I might just put it at like 150 for a round number because last sold's 160. So let's just do that real quick. I also usually will like try and round a lot of them to be like even numbers, but I'm kind of too lazy to do that today, so I don't think we will. This one I was like really happy about. Look at just like the web cards are so pretty. I really love this card. So we didn't have this set in English. These were, I believe, like precursors to the actual e-reader cards that were for Japanese. They're so lovely. Like I really love e-readers just all together. Like as you can probably tell, they're some of my favorite cards. So 380 I think is definitely correct. There's only one sale, so I'm good with that. Then we have this in a 9. Guys, like the Umbrai, oh my god, I can't talk. The Umbreon Darkrai being like 1400 or something in a 10, crazy to me. Like, that's a promo. That's like so wild. Yeah, isn't it? Like, I love the like, it kind of looks like it was maybe made with like colored pencil or something. It's just so nice. I don't know. Like, it looks like something like a really, like anyone could make if they were like good at drawing, which I really like. So then this one, 113. I'm good with that. Okay, we're almost done. Probably won't go through all of these because I feel like it's just like not that interesting for you guys to watch, perhaps. We did this one already. And did we do the Houndoom? I might have missed that one because it was hard to read. Oh no, we did that one first. Okay. Oh, okay. I was like making a stack and then I started making a separate stack. I think that's what happened. All right, and then the Blastoise. This one, I think the price is pretty good, so I'm just gonna select these all now. It saved the edits that I made, and now I'm just gonna press sell. So, assuming that all worked, they should be up on the site. Wait, also, do you guys want to see? Look, I did something pretty cool. Heck yeah, it worked. I should make this like prettier. I was like given the feedback, like there's like no dopamine in stuff like this. It like is so like unsatisfying. Why do we need to know how many things failed? Like, I don't know. There's a beautiful Dragonair card where they hover above a lake. Is it the one, the Dark Dragonair? All the copies are banged up. I like your plushies in back. Thank you. I also love them. This was made by my co-founder's girlfriend. She's so nice. Okay, so we're good with that. But wait, do you guys want to see something? Look at this. We have a second mode that we can go into, and I can actually like do things on it. So I just want to see if these actually came up. Let's not go to that admin console. It's a special page. Looks like they're all there, so that's pretty cool. Some of these like we have bids on, and then other people might have bids on already. And then where's the first one? Nice. So it looks like they all worked. I don't like that they're not round numbers. Next time I will just do that right off the rip. Okay, but good to know. There's nothing on my search history. That's I have like, I shouldn't say this like that because then it sounds weirder. I have like separate profiles on Google Chrome for like my personal email and then like my work email. So I know there's nothing on that one. Not that there would be on my other one, to be clear. I don't want to put that out there. I don't know if I'm cool enough for guests. I have like, I don't know, I think I've had guests on my stream like once or twice. I'm just like so awkward. Like I don't know if I could actually host anything. So let's go back to the desk overview. Like I actually think that I'm like far too socially inept to do that. Okay, let's just do it like this. Oh, okay, I thought that was something else. Still a decent card. The thing that I really like about the scanner is that you only need the label. Oh my god. So I could do like 20 of these at once. I usually like to do 10 or so, or like 15, just because it makes it easier for me to like go through all of them. If I were like really feeling like being cool, I wouldn't even double check the prices, but I'm still going to, so. Alright, so let's do that one. Oh, the Obsidian Flames Dragon. Do I buy or trade slabs, or is this just your personal collection? So I sell on a site /app that I own, which is what I'm using here. It's misprint.com, or like misprint in the App Store. I'm not trying to show up. If you guys want to go on there, absolutely can. I try to like, here, I can actually show what it looks like. We do like bid asks on the site. So like if you look at this card, I have a copy of this, so I could sell it at $7.25, or if I wanted to buy another copy, I could put in a bid as well, and like you can see who you're buying from. We changed that. It used to all be anonymous, and now you can like add things to your cart. These are all like things that sound so trivial but are actually kind of complicated with the way like our system works. Integrating it is like not trivial, because like when you think about like a bid system where it's like you put in an offer, that's kind of contradictory to like a cart system where you can like buy multiple things at once, because then you have to figure out like how the shipping works for them, because like presumably like you want people to get a slightly better deal when they buy multiple cards at once, but you also want when they buy one card for it to be like the same price. So like how do you make that math out? And so how we do it is it's like $2.50 per cart and then $2.50 per card. I don't know if anyone actually cares, but I think this stuff is super interesting, like talking about the engineering of like an e-commerce site, which is like relatively complicated, and all of this is like fully custom from scratch. Like we don't use like Shopify or anything, so it's like taken a really long time to do, but it's pretty fun, I think. And like then we have all like the data, so this is how I also like to comp cards now. Yeah, it's pretty fun. So let me go back to the desk overview. Is there fees? Yeah, it's 7% platform fee and then 3% payment processing, so lowest in the industry, and you can't avoid the payment processing. I learned quickly that the reason like a lot of platforms have high fees is like because of chargebacks and stuff, which is why like they all have to have relatively high fees. A lot of it just goes towards like chargebacks from like a few bad apples, basically making it difficult for like everyone else, which really sucks, but it is what it is. So like we have like a Google form you have to fill out to apply to sell. It's like quite easy, but I think it like at least helps with like reducing the amount of like bad sellers that we have. So we haven't had any like issues with actual fraud so far. We've had people be like, oh, I accidentally sold that or something, which is fine because you just refund people. That's like much more easy to deal with, but that's still a pretty low rate, which I'm very happy about. So the 174, what do we have this at? I'd say that's pretty good. I'm also gonna round all of these, so now they're like much more reasonable. 9 tails. I'm not gonna bother checking that one. Suicune. This one I'm gonna check because I think we have a few copies already listed. So let me just see what we have them at. You also just see me like, as the price change, I'll just like lower it because this card was expensive at one point, and then like it went down a bit to be like 125, so I had to change the price. I'm just gonna put it at the same price that I have the other ones at. So we're gonna do 125. Skeledirge. I'm gonna match that lowest ask that we have, 85. A lot of these are like doubles and stuff like that. Thank you, H. I appreciate that. So hard to do the price engine from scratch. It is, yeah. We're trying to make it even better, and I'm like really excited about that because like the goal is really to be like, also no financial advice in any of this video. I'm putting that out there now. I always forget to say that. To be like, and I'm about to say this, so it's like, I feel like I should say it. To be like a stock market for like cards with like the bid-ask system and like making it be as seamless as that, which is like not very easy to do, but I just think it would be so cool. And like my biggest complaint about cards, and the thing I've always warned people about, is that it's not the same as like investing in stocks and stuff, because it's not as liquid. Like this is a very cash poor hobby, right? Like something may be worth some amount of money theoretically, right? Like if you sell it online, but that doesn't mean that like you can easily sell your entire collection for market or close to market, which you obviously could do with things like stocks. And like I would like to solve that problem. And to me also, like, you should never ever auction something like an Umbreon VMAX, or you shouldn't have to, or a card like the Van Gogh Pikachu. Sorry, I'm gonna just like show this. Like, look how wide this range is. So this is 3 months. So this is all in like a single day. You have a variance of like upwards of like 20-30%, which is like absolutely crazy. So like you can see here, like this spread is already less than 20%. It's like around 15%. And for a lot of other things, it's like even lower on the site. I also think this is especially great for sealed, because like sealed, like I want to be able to like get rid of quickly personally. Like if I want to sell it, like I don't want to have to like spend a lot of time on it, especially if I have a lot of boxes. So I really like the bid system for that. So this is basically like a thing that like I always wanted, and I think makes my life a lot easier. So that's kind of how the idea came about. And it was originally just going to be a database, but then we kind of realized like a lot of the effort is in the database. So like why not layer a marketplace on top of it? Because like this type of stuff is only possible if you like engineer it from day one to function in like such a structured way, right? Like where all the listings are like centralized and everything is like organized in that way. And we're still like working on, you know, making everything better, but it's really, I don't know, it's fun. You invest in both stocks and cards, so I hear you. Liquidity is hard to solve in cards. I built the same site, but for our cards, it's a difficult thing to solve for. Yeah, it really is. So like I put a lot of bids on the site to like, because we need, you know, more inventory and stuff. So like it's a good way for us to buy stuff. And I'm like surprised how many people will take bids at like 85%. And to me, it just goes to show like, you know, people like need, you know, more liquidity. Okay, so this one, what do we have at? I don't even remember. It was 126. This is like so much harder to scroll on. Is there a way I can like increase the scroll sensitivity? I'm just gonna leave that one. Umbreon, I'm also gonna leave because it matches the lowest ask. If these have asks, I'm just gonna match whatever the lowest is. So PSA 9, Raichu and Alolan Raichu. I'm good with that price. Probably won't check the bottom ones too much. I just don't want them to be too high. I generally don't quite care too much if they're too low. So like this one is like 124. I'm gonna change that to be 115 because why not? The Zeraora, I'm just gonna leave that at 20. And then Raikou, 110, good with that. And this one also gonna leave at 21. So those are all done. So I can just list all of these. Nice. And then I could also like store these in my collection, which I think is pretty fun. AJ, yeah, kind of at like this current stage, but eventually we want to add like more features and like you know, do even more. Because I think, like, StockX is, like, very nice, but I think they, like, don't go far enough down, like, the stock market feel of everything, aside from, like, just having the bids and asks and stuff. I feel like you can do a lot more, like, really crazy stuff. Okay, here's what I'm talking about. You can't wait for selling cards to just be a bunch of graphs, green and red bars, and no pictures of cards. I know. Same. I'm so excited. No. There should still always be, like, a little picture of the card. You all hit on PC drop? No, I didn't get anything. Or let me see. Okay. We'll see if this loads. I'll leave that. Oh my god, wait. Could you guys not see my screen that whole time? I'm failing. Okay, let me do this. I can't believe the amount of times where people will, like, not tell me when something is, like, very wrong. I'll just be like, yep, this is just, like, how it's meant to be. To me, that signals that people are just used to me, like, already having everything always be messed up. But this is what I'm talking about, guys. Don't put the stickers directly on the slabs. You're actually psychotic if you do that. Okay, so these ones, all of them should be good. I also just kind of want to, like, show some of the cooler cards that we've picked up recently, because, like, it's kind of crazy to, like, have all of these. Oh no, internal temp too high. I've disappeared. This is so sad. Here, let me change my camera. I'm gonna have to use a different camera, I think, because the other one just overheated too much. I'm fixing it real quick. Okay, let's see if this looks okay. Okay, oh god. There we go. Hi guys. I'm also gonna crop this slightly. I just can't have anybody seeing how messy my apartment really is. So I'm just doing... Boom. Look at that. There I am. Hi. Okay. So I'm just gonna do these next. I love this card so much. I need this in a PSA 10 for the reverse. I have the holo. I have the jumbo. Do I have the jumbo out? Yeah, it's right there. The PSA 10 of the jumbo. I have the Japanese first ed, and I think the Japanese unlimited. I might have the non-holo, but I'm missing the reverse holo. Okay, so let's do another one of these. And then I might just organize some cards. I feel like it's, like, way more chill. But yeah, if I could ever show one thing, I highly recommend you guys use this to comp your cards. It's so much faster because you can just do them all at once. Okay. For a sec, I was like, did it get this wrong? But no, there was an article here that I just missed. 134. I don't know. Probably right. Let's see. Yep. Oh, it's actually 136, guys. Messed up. So bad. All right, so I'm just gonna round 119 on Entei. Probably accurate for 9. A PSA 10 of this is only $230? That's crazy. Wait, is it actually? Oh my god. I need to get this. It's gonna, like, by the time I get around to it, gonna be like $1,000. And I'm gonna be really sad. Okay, so 120 on this. Rampardos and 8. I'm just gonna round that to 20, so it's even. Dragonite. Does your scan use OCR to read the labels, or is it using the barcodes? There's a way to test that, you know. All right, so whatever we have, I think is pretty accurate. There was a, okay. Some of these stickers, I'm like, where are these numbers coming from, you know? Not my stickers, guys. I need that to be known. This one, I'm just gonna put it at 50, so it's even. Drowsy, 55, probably. Sylveon, 174. Do you have any thoughts on master set binders, and how do you value them? For those, I would generally just recommend looking at eBay solds. I actually have a couple master set binders that I like just found recently. I have a 151 master set and a Brilliant Stars master set. Super random, but I like got them at like shows or something. Someone wanted to sell them. Sometimes they like go for a bit of a premium, but like, yeah, I would say don't try and value the individual cards. Just look at what they sell for on eBay. Because, like, there's a lot of sales of, like, complete master sets. It depends what it is. If it's modern, it's pretty easy to comp. If it's vintage and it's a range of conditions, then I actually would just probably price it out. So, like always, there's some nuance to these things. I'm going to leave the Sylveon price. And then the thing that I've been seeing going really crazy lately are gold stars. Because the reason I noticed this is, like, I had, like, a good amount of gold stars on the site. And then, like, all of them, like, got wiped, basically. Like, people bought them all. And then I am like, you know, oh, maybe I should get some more of these. And then I, like, go to show. And, wow, the comps are way higher. I might just put this one at 300 even, because the last two sales were at that. For simplicity. It's also so hard to come up with a price that you would call market that everybody would be happy with, because, you know, if you're a seller, right, like, you want it to be on the higher side, whereas if you're a buyer, you want it to be on the lower side. And then how do you weight, like, auctions versus buy it nows? Because some people, like, when they're, like, selling cards, they're like, oh, I don't use auctions to comp, I only use buy it now. I think that's a bit silly, because a lot of cards just almost always sell at auction, or like the buy it now prices that are just sitting are like, no one's ever gonna pay those. Going to any shows this year, I'm going to a lot of local shows. I might go to the oh, and I'm going to Card Party. I might go to, what's the show, where is it, the Orlando Collecticon. So I might go to that. Did I press list on these? Oh my god, I already forgot. This is like so many things for me to be doing at once, and by that I mean like 2 things. So, let's see. Okay, yeah, those worked. Okay, wait, let me get a couple, like, just kind of cool things to show you guys. One sec. You guys will be able to hear me. This is probably the most expensive card I've ever done. You let them filter as the source for the data set, so by marketplace and type, and then show comps to estimate. Yeah, for me, like, oftentimes, like, I just use eBay anyway, so we only have eBay comps on the site, generally. Actually, there are some, like, PWCC comps and other things, but mostly eBay, because I think it tends to be, like, the cleanest and, like, most reliable. This isn't the one I'm talking about, but also this card has gone up an insane amount. It's a beautiful card. Also, if you know me, I am, like, the #1 simp for Generations, like, of all time. Like, I don't rip a lot of things, but when I do, like, I want it to be Generations. Like, I have a binder full of just some of the cards that I've ripped from Generations. This is, like, my little things that I have, like, personally pulled binder in, like, recent years. Oh, God. And it's literally all just, like, Generations. And then these are from a, what are these from? These are from some of the figures that I have in the background. These were, like, the little cards that came inserted with them. Also, look at this cute doll that I have. I know, it's so cute. You were just thinking, wow, that's so cute. But, yeah, I love Generations. But $38.50 or, like, $3,000 or however much this card is crazy to me. I have many, many binders, which does make sense, actually. It is my namesake. I feel like I gotta get back to my roots of, like, a bunch of binders. You know, like, I, like, actually looked at my Instagram feed recently, because I never post on Instagram, and I was, like, so nostalgic for the time of my life where my only Pokemon social media was an Instagram page where I would just post pictures of cards that I had on a pink binder, and that was my entire Instagram feed, and that was the extent of my online interaction with Pokemon. It was, like, such a simple time. It was so wholesome. Only hard to comp older cards with no listings on eBay, TBH. Hate when I have a card listed with a last sold for $300 and only one listed for $500 with watches. Just ended up throwing it on eBay. The binders were feeling forsaken. I know. I've got, like, a bunch down there. I have, like, my Yu-Gi-Oh binder, like, all of that stuff. I have so many, like, my childhood cards. What's in this one also? I have this, like, card party binder. I don't think I've ever actually used this, but I thought this was, like, so cute. These are, like, such nice binders. As expected, it's entirely empty. I have so many empty binders as well. Okay. Room tour video. I would have to, like, really clean my room to feel confident doing that. Like, you guys are placed in such a way that, like, you can't see the mess, which is, like, very calculated. Like, I look over on this side of the camera because this is obviously this corner of the room. I look over there and it's not looking too good, guys. And by my standards, it's, like, not too bad right now, but, like, by normal person standards, it's, like, horrible. Oh yeah, so this is probably the most expensive card that I have ever owned. And by me, I mean the company misprint. This is not my personal property. This is company property. But, like, in my possession, have ever had, is I can't even talk. Crystal Charizard in a PSA 8. I always thought he just had, like, a crazy long neck, and it was, like, looping back around. And if I'm being honest, I actually thought that until just now when I looked at it, because I was going to remark, wow, he has such a long neck. But no, that's just his wing. And I've owned this card before. Like, it feels so weird, because I'm just, like, in my mind, this card is just not worth the amount of money that it is worth according to, like, the market. But yeah, this card I think has also gone up a lot. So wait, let's just I'm just gonna do it this way. Oops, I need to add back my camera to this one. Ooh. Hello, friends. He does look battle ready. Okay, so Charizard. Skyrange. One thing I want to fix is when you look up Crystal Charizard, because it's, like, not technically part of the name, it doesn't come up, which I hate. I hate it so much. But it's, like, the way our database is. It's hard to, like, go in and, like, make tiny changes like that, because everything is, like, very specific with the way it's done. Let's see. Like, going up so much. Also, sorry, I have not calibrated this mouse. It's so wild. PSA 9, $10,000 for this card. It's actually crazy. Like, literally a year ago, this card was 4.5K. It's fun to look at widely varying prices of cards. Some things I expect to be high aren't, and vice versa. Hello, Michael. How are you doing? Yeah, no, I agree entirely. Like, it's... I don't know. Like, also, I feel like a lot of the prices for these types of cards, and especially gold stars, are, like, so nebulous below, like, the 9 range, where it's, like, a PSA 7 and a PSA 8 could be, like, very interchangeable in prices. Which is surprising to me, because I don't think that makes, like, a ton of sense, personally. But it's just the way that it is. What else do we have in here? Every time I come across a card like these, I'm like, maybe I should just buy it. I have to really resist the urge. So, we are going to list this one on the site, probably. This one I'm, like, I don't know, it feels, like, too expensive. to sell online, but I wanted to get like crazy inventory for the site. I don't know. We have a reverse 9 as well, and then I think after this stack I'm probably gonna do some more organization stuff. What's 10,000? This is not 10,000. It's pretty expensive, but not quite that expensive. So let's do... Oh, this one I'm actually going to list. These two I'm going to list with photos. Because I think people would probably want a photo if they're going to buy something that expensive. We, like, didn't have photos. This is also another thing. So, like, you know, when you're, like, thinking about your vision for, like, a company or a website or whatever, you know, you think about, like, the flows that you want people to have. And originally, like, I was like, we don't need photos because, like, you know, Pokemon cards are, like, fungible, right? Like, a PSA 10 Umbreon is, like, generally interchangeable. But we kept having people ask for photos. So I was like, okay, maybe it doesn't matter what I actually think, and we should just do what, like, our customers would like us to do. Anyone having luck? Oh, wait, let me see if the thing loaded. I'm still in the queue. I'll let you know if I make it through. All right, so we have, let me just round these. We've got the Rayquaza. I'm good with 170. The Caitlyn. Wow, this person, like, comped this spot on. It's literally, we have it at 375 on the site. Bulbasaur. I'm just gonna put this at 50. Cerulege. We have listed at, what the heck? We have it listed at 115. Is that us? That is us. Yeah, I mean, I think that's pretty accurate. So I'm gonna match that. You can also see, like, what the highest, like, bids that are currently on the site is. It's so good. We didn't have that originally, and I'll tell you, like, other prices too. Like the grade above and below. So Ghastly. I cannot believe the price of this card in a 10. Like, to me, like, this only makes sense if we all, like, universally agree that Scarlet and Violet print quality is just, like, absolutely horrible. Which, like, perhaps true. I wonder why this got a 9. I didn't grade this, so, like, I'm not personally bothered by it. I wonder if it's the centering. It's a little bit top heavy, but I feel like that's not enough. And, like, there's not a lot of whitening or anything either. But 27 likes and 53 are in the chat. It says I have 65 people are in the chat. That's crazy. Why do all of you guys want to watch me organize stuff? To be fair, you want to know what I was doing before this, guys? Well, I was, like, figuring out how to set everything up. I always like having some noise in the background. And so I'll, like, watch a lot of, like, YouTube videos where it's, like, not engaging enough that I'd want to fully pay attention. Which, by the way, if you do that too much, destroys your algorithm. My YouTube algorithm, horrible now. Everything I see, so boring. But also, like, which is perfect, though, because I never actually want to, like, pay attention. I've been watching, like, VTuber drama videos. Like, I was watching... This is so embarrassing. I can't. I was watching, like, an hour-long video about... I'm going to put this one at 300 flat, and if someone offers something reasonable, I'll accept it. So, I watched, like, an hour-long video about someone who, like, made a Google Doc about how this artist they commissioned for their VTuber model was, like, slow with sending it. And I was like, oh my god, what am I doing? But it was so good. It was so engaging. I was, like, I'm on, like, the tip of my toes watching that. The Cinder drama, kind of, like, no. I, like, my face is, like, red. You can tell, like, I'm really embarrassed. But I, like, that was, like, so interesting to me. I also watched her, like, streams a little bit, because I like watching a little bit of Twitch sometimes. Because it's, like, the perfect type of thing where, like, it's not engaging enough to pay full attention to. Would never have suspected. But, like, the tea is so juicy. I was, like, it was so interesting. So PSA 9 of this card, probably somewhere around, like, 120. Let's see what we have it at. But at 113. We don't have any S. I'm going to put it at 120. A lot of times, like, I put them at these prices, and then, like, someone will put it in a bid, and then I'll just accept it, which I like doing. Or people can buy, like, directly. I try to basically I price things at like whatever they would sell for on like other sites, and then if people put in a reasonable bid, I'll probably accept it. I've always been like someone who's very of the mindset that it's better to have high turnover and sell a lot of cards, even if the margin is a little bit lower, than like sell fewer cards at higher margin. So that one is good at 50. The Lugia. Like, this card in a 6 is such a nebulous card. You watch the same thing, and I don't know anything about VTube. I like to watch some VTubers and stuff, like the ones that I didn't even like care, like I didn't watch the one who was like the main part of it, but I watched some of the other ones tangentially related, but I was just like, man, this is the worst thing I've ever seen. Like, this is horrible. Their career's ruined. Like, it's so bad. And I'm like, why do I care about this so much? But it was so good. It was so engaging. Yeah, like, okay, the crazy thing was, like, I didn't realize how popular this was, because I was just like, I feel like I'm already vaguely on the side of the internet where I would like encounter this perhaps a little bit, but the apology that this VTuber made was like viewed, I think it was like 20 to 30 million times. Let me find it. I'm not gonna put this on screen. I can't be like an actual VTuber drama channel. Okay, let's see. $26 million views. That's crazy. That's so crazy. Okay, let me get back to what I was doing. So we're looking at this card, PSA 6. Whoa, oh my god. Recent strong sales. That's crazy. 365. And then like 260. That's what I'm talking about when I'm talking about like these really wide ranges. And then like, let's see what a PSA 7 does. It's like exactly the same. Like, just to make this like a bit easier to see. Literally like the exact same price for a PSA 6 versus a PSA 7. In my mind, like, I think a PSA 6 or a PSA 7 is a good upgrade above a PSA 6, because like that's where it starts to say like near mint and stuff. Whether it is near mint, that's up for debate. Like, that's just the label that they use. But I think a 7 is like generally I perceive as quite a bit better than a 6. Whereas like a 5 to a 6, I think is a much smaller jump. I think the jumps from like 6 to 7 and then 7 to 8, 8 to 9, 9 to 10 are all like quite substantial in my mind. So I don't know what to price this at. I'll probably put it at like 350. It's a little bit below last sold. And then again, if people put a bid in. This one I think I got a bit lucky on. A lot of these though, we're not gonna like make any money on, but that's okay. Because again, the reason that like we're doing this is to get more inventory on the site. So like when someone goes to look for something, they like, we have the thing they want, or like we have something they want. Like, I don't want people to go on the site and like to be disappointed by the selection, which is also why we have like low fees and stuff, so people can, you know, sell things. And also because I think generally like the fees are just too high on cards, and I think that also, you know, leads to a lot less liquidity and is like not helpful for the hobby over time. Whereas, you know, the less friction there is, the more consistent you can get those prices, the higher you can get liquidity, the better I think the perception of is for cards. I'm gonna leave that one as is. 128. Wait, we have this listed. Do we have this listed at $50? Okay, no, that makes more sense. As I say, I need to lower that if so. Okay, 350, 37, 128. Let's see. I'm gonna put that one at the probably 120. Actually, I might lower the other one too. Let's update this. One thing I like is that you can have the same item at different prices. Like on TCG Player, everything has to be the same price. That's like the same item, same grade. I like that because if you have like multiple copies of something, like say a sealed box that you don't want to sell right away, but like if it went up to a certain price, you would sell like another one. You can kind of do that to like, you know, have those incremental sales, which is again like trying to mimic stock market the way it works. So 215 and then 330. That's like crazy chart. Let's see what the 215 was. So these were, I guess, the same date. I guess that's a real sale. I never know what to do in cases like this. I'll probably price it at like 300. I think is reasonable. And then I set bits on them and everything. So I'll select all. Oh god. This phone is literally all I have ever is just like Pokemon apps. Nice. Okay. So now I'm gonna do a couple that we'll need photos for. Right now we can only put one photo on the site, which is a bit annoying, but we're gonna be able to add multiple soon. The reason for that is like not that interesting. Okay, sorry, did I just like, yeah, that's my head. Okay, so the way I add it with a photo, this is a bit unintuitive, so we're gonna fix this. Also, this phone, absolutely every iPhone I've ever used hates Pokemon. Like, they literally hate Pokemon. The autocorrect on every Pokemon name is so strong, and it's like incredibly hard to get around as well. So, okay, that one, there we go. Flareon EX. Oh, that's funny. We have this in an 8-9. Is this ours? No. Dang, that's a good price. I might buy that one. I really like the way they look in Pokekune. We might buy that. And that one hasn't gone up like as crazy amount. We have this in an 8, 9, and now a 10. We also had this for like the Sabrina's Gengar, which I thought was like really, really funny. So I just go in. If I press sell, I just put it to the grade I want. I can place ask, and I can just take a photo. I just try and make sure the label is in it, because like people can just like look it up. Is that like, that looks like a really bad photo on on the camera, but it looks fine for me, so we're gonna use that. And I fully forgot to check what the price was of this card, so we're gonna have to redo that. I'm sorry. So PSA 10, 3,300, 3,850. This one I don't really want to sell super quickly. We got it stickered at 3,850. I can never remember the exact price we pay for things, but I think I probably paid quite high on it. I'm gonna list it at like 3,800 and see what happens. I think this card will continue to go up, but this one is like one of the ones I was talking about. Remember when I was saying this had like a crazy price like jump? Yeah, it went from under $1,500 to over 3,000. So we'll see. If this crashes, well, I guess we'll just like display it in the office, which we are gonna have. Oh, by the way, I'd love to do like some videos like decorating our office and all of that stuff, or like shopping for decorations. I think that would be really fun. So I'm gonna put it at that 3,800 price, because I think that 3,300 was like, I want to say it was like someone from like Australia or something. Anyway, unimportant. So it also will tell like the fees that like are applied when you place the ask, which is kind of fun. And then we're gonna do the Charizard. I'm just gonna take the photo with the graded guard on. Do I collect both Japanese and English cards in your PC? Do you prefer one over the other? I collect both, but I would say I probably I don't know. I'm like looking at my display right now. I've got like the Japanese Dark Rush, but then the English years. I would say I probably prefer English a little bit. Like for my master setting purposes, so what I'm collecting is a master set of every Entei and a PSA 10. I'm focused on the English ones. Like, I will consider that quest complete if I get all the English ones. But, like, inevitably, I'm gonna go for the Japanese ones after that. And I don't, like, not buy the Japanese ones, obviously. I also really like them, because, like, generally, like, they tend to look quite a bit better. Oh, you guys are also sitting on a bunch of my personal collection right now. Oh, no, wait. I'm not using this camera anymore. The last video I made was recorded with an actual camera, by the way. I don't know if anyone noticed, the quality of the video went up a lot, probably. So these are like, I have to keep this all very separate, but I think this is quite clear that these are going to be my PC. Me and my PSA 8. Where is it? I'm trying to find, I have a Dark Explorer's Entei and a 10. Well, these are just some random ones, but yes, I have a lot of different Enteis that I collect. The texture though on these is so lovely in Japanese. I don't know if it's really coming across. Okay, here's the English. So I like collect Japanese if I feel like it makes sense, or if I stumble across it for like a good price. Like the Dark Rush I got mainly because I didn't think I was going to be able to get this in a 10 because I was looking for years. Because this might be a pop 11 now, but at the time it was like a pop 10. This card is absolutely beautiful, and I don't know what it is right now, but it was super cheap at the time when I got it, like a couple $100. And I actually graded this one. Oh my god. The biggest blunder of my entire career as a Pokemon collector. I graded these two. I graded a full set of these. I got 9s on the Raikous, but then I just bought some graded, so I have those over there. But I didn't do them next to each other. They're not sequential. They are off by 1. This is like the biggest blunder of my entire life, was making these not be sequential. I am like so upset. You like the Minecraft quality pixelated. Do you have any favorite app to track prices of binders of cards? As in, lets you organize cards by binder and show cumulative price of each. I would probably recommend TCG Player for that. You can like make lists. I haven't used price charting for like singles and stuff, so I'm not sure. Or not price charting. Price charting is also actually not a horrible option, by the way. But I am not sure about collector for that. Eventually, oh, we also have actually raw prices on the site, so you can add ungraded cards to your collection. But I'm not gonna lie, our collection thing needs some fixing to be like really nice. I think it will be eventually really great, but like I'm not gonna like lie and say it's not right now. This one's texture is a bit more flat, but this is like my all-time favorite card. So nostalgic for it from when I was a kid. So like I can't not love this one the most. It just like I remember I got this card and I would just look at it for like hours. Like I loved the texture. I love the texture on this card. It's just so beautiful. Like these I just think are so peak. Like we need to go back to this because like, you know, I think a lot of times people are like, oh, like we're getting desensitized to rarity, but I think really like they just put more effort into full arts back then, right? Like a full art now is like, it's just not the same level of effort and quality as a full art from, you know, 2012, where that was like the chase. So pretty. Got any Buzzwoles? I might have. I don't know. Do we have any on the site? I know you were looking for some. No. I'm sorry. Unless I spelled that wrong. No. Isn't Electabuzz. Okay, so we have to do this one. I'm gonna leave the graded guard on because I'm too scared to take it off. Okay, so let's do. Also, I can't believe we have such a famous YouTuber gracing us. So, Charizard, Skyridge, Hollow. Oh, I have to check the price. So, PSA 8. The last sold 7.3K in March. I don't know. I'm like not in a crazy rush to sell this one. A 9 just did 10K at auction, 9.8. It's definitely going up a lot. Because like a 9 was 91, 92. And then the 98. I'm just going to put it like 7.5. And if someone puts in like a reasonable bid, I'll just accept. Beautiful. Do I have a ton of cards I regret selling? Yes. The only things I really, yes. So I regret selling anything from like my childhood collection, which wasn't a ton, but like, and they're not like expensive cards, but like I sold like some like an Undaunted or like I think Unleashed Hollow Umbreon, not even like the Prime. I just love that card. I don't know why I like sold it because it was like 20 or 30 bucks. So I was like, it's a lot of money. I should just sell that. Like that's a lot of money, you know, when you're like pretty young, you're like pretty happy about that. Wow. Misprint flagging me for inappropriate content. It's gonna be really funny if this actually doesn't let me do it. Yeah, I think also the only other thing I would say is like every time I've ever sold a sealed product just for the sake of selling it, like, not to get anything else, I feel like I regret that, because diamond hands, just diamond hands. Like, I have, like, one 2017 Premium Trainer Collection box still, and I had 3, and I got both of them. Why is this not working? Let me retry this. I think it said that we, like, have, you know, when you put images on a site, you have to, like, verify that they aren't inappropriate, and so this card might be getting flagged for that. Let me take it out of this and see if it helps. Oh god, this is so scary doing this every time. EX era was your childhood. The X cards were the chases back then, but nobody really knew about gold stars. Yeah, I think they were pretty hard to pull. I agree. I think that could be what's actually happening here. I'm gonna take a screenshot of this. It's kind of funny. I could list it without a photo, but who's gonna buy this without a photo? Oh, how do you... What's like the... Okay, I think I figured it out. Alright, I'll figure that one out later. I think it might be that our filter thing is a bit high. Is that in one of those $150 sunset graded cards? No, it's just orange. I don't even know if this is a branded graded card. Are graded cards getting that expensive? Wait, actually, I don't think this is a graded card. Oh, wait, no, it is. It is. It says... I don't know if you guys can see this. Okay. Should we keep listing cards? What do I even have left? Is there anything good in here? I feel like I'd rather just organize. Yeah, I'll deal with these off stream. Okay, so now we're gonna start sorting things. I am probably, this is like so horrible. I'm just gonna sort these alphabetically. I know that's like not a great sorting mechanism or method, but like, I don't, what am I gonna do? I'm not gonna do some like Dewey Decimal System thing. The thing is, like, I feel like unless you have like over 1,000 things you want to sort, alphabetical tends to be like a pretty good way. I could also sort by grade and then alphabetical, but it's just like really quite easy. You're super minimalist, so you don't really regret selling anything, only financial losses. Like, I should have kept some Delta species sealed. Yeah, no, I mean, like, obviously, like, the financial thing, like, that's, but I try not to regret that too much, because, like, all of this stuff is, like, going up and, like, mooning, so it's, like, oh, I regret selling that, but, like, what did I buy with it? It's probably all, like, works out in the end. And I think also, like, I just, like, try to never, like, I always try to avoid FOMO as much as, like, humanly possible. I don't know if I can actually fit 26 stacks, so let's just see how far we can go with this. You love EX era? Yeah, it's pretty great. So I hope you guys enjoy this footage of me just sorting things alphabetically. I think it's like pretty chill. Like, this is kind of nice. Hopefully you guys also enjoy this type of stream. I love like laid back oh my god, I can't talk. Styles of content. Like, if I'm gonna do a stream, it's probably gonna be pretty chill. I, like, always want to do, like, really high effort streams, and I've done, like, some vending ones, but I feel like it's just so hard to, like, make everything, like, be working in the moment. Also, if anyone's wondering, like, I'm gonna ignore, like, M or things like that, so this is a Charizard, so it just goes in C. I'm also definitely gonna mess this up because people are watching. Did I talk about the markets already? Well, I think I've just kind of been talking about that continuously. I think things are obviously, like, very hyped right now, but I think the thing is, like, I tend to be someone who just, like, doesn't have super strong emotional reactions to these types of things. Oh my god, wait, I just got through the Pokemon Center thing. I know I just said I don't, but, like, how many are you allowed to get? Can you, okay, 1, okay. Let me just see if I can just go back and get it. This could be big for us. This could be big. Here, I'm just gonna take this off the screen for a sec so you guys don't see all my payment info. I really hope this works. I don't remember my login, if I'm being honest. This could be huge. Thank you guys for bringing this luck to me. This is so hyped. Did it actually sign me in? No. I have like so many emails. I never remember what I use. I have like 2 main personal emails. Okay. I'm just double checking all the infos, right? I have to edit the address because this is a super old address. Sorry, this is such high stakes, guys. I'm so excited right now. After Gen 5, what is the next popular gen? Like, as in, most popular? I'm just gonna wait till it tanks. I don't buy the hype. Trust me, though. Well, I mean, like, for Pokemon Center ETB, I don't mind paying MSRP. It was really funny, because on my video from yesterday, the next Destiny's, or the, oh my god. What? Destined Rivals video, I had it titled, like, is Destined Rivals it's worth its, like, high price? And, like, if you watch the video, my takeaway is no. But it was really funny because a bunch of people just commented, like, no way, absolutely not. Like, I think presumably they didn't watch the video. It was kind of funny. Okay. Hopefully this works now. This is so sad. I got an access denied error. Why? Has anyone gotten this? Error 17, access denied. So over. I flew too close to the sun. I'm not gonna show it because it shows my IP on this for some reason, but that's big L. I don't know. Maybe it was because I was streaming or something that it like made it be a little bit weird. Because I know when you're streaming, it puts your computer, like for the Mac at least, into like broadcast mode or something. So maybe that could be why. But that was a bit sad. I am a bot. I'm actually not real. You guys are actually watching AI. Oh my god. Okay. So I did this like startup incubator. I made like a video where I talked about it, I think. And it's like pretty well known, I guess you could say. It's kind of like perhaps slight big deal, but like one of the companies that I saw is, I think in this batch, is like called Pickle. If you Google like Pickle AI, they make like fake Zoom cameras, or like it will look like it's you. And I just like only can imagine that being used to like slack off at work, right? Like what other use cases is that? Also, this is really testing my knowledge of the alphabet right now. That error is common. So am I just cooked? I do call myself Russell. I also call my co-founder. You've ever tried to... Okay, so this is like a common like issue. When you're checking out, did you select the save payment method? This will also cause the error. No, I put in a different credit card. I'm pretty sad. It's okay though. It's whatever. So Fortress very quickly going to run out of space on my desk, unfortunately. And hey, it's actually kind of fun to see how long we can go without like running out of space on here. Find a YC for the next batch. I don't know. Like, I would just say, I think you should have a really good founder story. So, for reference, like this thing that you apply to, it's for like startups, right? So like, some pretty well-known ones that came out of it are like Twitch, Airbnb, Whatnot. Those were all like in it. Reddit. And then like a number of other ones that are also pretty well known. And the big thing is like, it's not like about your idea, it's about like the founder, which I think sounds a bit counterintuitive, but it's like really like, if you like have that crazy psycho personality, like you can make it work, or like you'll pivot or find a way to succeed, which is I think like what they're looking for, someone who can like, because like really you have to like make the impossible happen to like make a startup work that like actually is successful. I don't know if I'll be able to do it, but who knows. So I think having a good founder story, like making it make sense, and then you have to like really know your stuff, because the interviews they do are like 10 minutes, and it is like rapid fire, and they will like only ask you about the worst parts of your application and like the hardest things to overcome. They're not going to throw you any softballs because there's like no time to. I thought it was actually pretty fun. I was trying to remember where I comes in the alphabet. So you clearly don't have to be intelligent to get in, but like, you know, you have to like know your thing. So for me, Pokemon startup, like obviously there's like a long track record of me like really knowing and caring a lot about Pokemon. Yes, I am like pretty good at speaking off the cuff, and also like obviously just like already like knew a lot of the stuff. So like thankfully, like I feel like having a YouTube channel about this thing prepped me to do like an interview about it. And yeah, I also like, you know, some people I think are a bit harder and like some people are a bit nicer during the interview. I thought our interview was actually quite like fun. Like they didn't like cut us off a ton, but I also think we kept our answers pretty brief. Every answer should be like incredibly brief. Like do not elaborate unless they ask you to, unless it's something like you think is like very necessary to say or insightful or like changes the framework. They had the Mint Mobile guy voice of talking Pikachu. What? Thank you, Evie. I appreciate it. Is there a Pokemon to go check out? Go check out Detective Pikachu. Oh, that's a good movie, yeah. Yeah, no, like, we were, like, very much just known as, like, the Pokemon people during our batch. So, like, people would be like, oh, what's your company? I'd be like, oh, we're the Pokemon people. And they'd be like, oh, that's you guys. For better or for worse. But I don't know, like I thought it was super fun. So I was in SF for like 3 months. All I did, I sat on a couch in like a code dungeon. My health, by the way, was so bad. I just like ate like instant ramen and like sweet tart ropes. That was like my diet for like 3 months. It was so bad. I went to the dentist. Thank God I had no cavities. But they were like, there's like, we can tell you we're not doing a lot to take care of your teeth the past few months. And I was like, yeah, you're right. But now we're great. We're doing so good, chat. We've really come back around. This is so cathartic. By the way, like, I just dropped something. It's okay. It's only for that. Also, shameless self-promo. All of these are listed on the site if you guys want them. And again, these are not our stickers. Everything you see should be listed at or below market. And if it's not, if you put a bid that's reasonable, I will accept it. Your ramen video in your apartment, the toast. Oh yeah, no, I like what did I do? I put the ramen in the microwave without putting water in, which turns out very bad. So valuable lesson learned there. Thank you. I love this playmat too. That's so not true. That's the only thing I was doing. But I don't know. Okay. They were like, you need to floss, and I was like, you're right. But I've learned my lesson. This is so sad. I have no N here. This is so sad. Oh my god. The like line of where everything is very much not encapsulated in this amount of space. But I also, I don't know. Here, I'm gonna try and center it a little bit better. Is that better? I don't know. I do eat a lot of fruits. I think that's what saves me. And oh, you know what I would do? I would put eggs in my instant ramen, and I would put frozen broccoli. And also, if you want to know the best instant ramen, I have really strong takes that are all correct. I have high conviction in my ability to tell you the best instant ramen. It's the Shin Black Cup ramen, if you're asking. Not the packet. It's the cup one specifically. Peak. Absolute peak. The noodles, perfect. Oh, but someone was asking about, like, the markets earlier. So, like, the thing I was going to say is, like, things are, like, obviously super crazy and kind of suck right now. But, like, I don't know. To me, if you've, like, been around for a while, like, you kind of just realize, like, this stuff just happens. And it doesn't last. And, like, it literally cannot last forever. It won't be like this forever. And the reason I say this, and the reason I'm very confident with this, is these prices cannot be sustained. Otherwise, the Pokemon Company will be forced to print more, and will want to print more because they will make more money doing so. Obviously, like, you know, when the demand spikes up a ton in a short amount of time, do you want to be so reactive to that? Not necessarily, right? Because then you might overprint future sets where there's not as much demand, and it can lead to a lot of issues. The Pokemon Company historically does a pretty good job of managing print runs, and, like, this shit all got figured out in 2021 as well. It all got sorted out. It just takes time for everything to kind of work out. So H-I-J. I think they're starting with that with black and white. So many people have been able to get compared to before. Wait. If you guys are into Japanese promo cards, then go check out. I don't know what that is. Wait, Prankster Pikachu? Which one is that? I feel like such a fake fan. Alright. Is this like a botting operation? Should I not be allowing this? I don't know. Okay, Stamp Pikachu. Surely goes under P. Such an iconic card, by the way. This one, I have the box for it. You can't see it, but I love this. And I really loved this card for a long time. I actually have a picture of these on my Instagram. I don't own a graded one personally right now, but I might get one. But at the same time, like, I have the box, and for me, that's almost more important. I feel like that card will always be relatively easy to get because it's, like, crazy high pop. Like, we could check the pop, but it's very, very high. So many. I was actually shocked how many of these there are, but the box I don't think will always be quite so easy to get. So LMN. How do I not have a P pile? That's crazy. That sounds weird. Out of context. Wait, I do. I'm really bad at the alphabet. I thought, wait, LMNO. I don't want any comments on this. I am not a millionaire. Far from it. Company property. Noivern N. So many things also, like, I have to be careful with what we buy because I obviously, like, want to get more inventory, but it's, like, not very helpful to just have, like, doubles of a bunch of things. No, these are, like, again, like, not, like, personal possessions, like, company property. It's very different. Like, I can't just, like, do whatever I want. I mean, like, I have a lot of freedom because I'm, like, CEO or whatever, but, like, have obligations and such. Alright, Raichu. Some of these cards are really nice. No, I haven't tried any of the, like, ones that I'm, like, very excited about. These ones are all, like, okay. We haven't gotten to any of the really good stuff, I would say. Giovanni's Charisma. I'm gonna try and go a little bit faster. Okay, here's some slightly cooler cards. This is a really great card. Absolutely crazy price. I want to say this is like $1,400 or $1,500. Doesn't know the alphabet, doesn't birth. Not again. No. Really get insurance. Okay, for the cards. I'm not sure if this is U.S. situation company insurance. Yeah, you can get insurance on inventory and stuff. We also have like, these aren't just like stored like loosely and such. Charizard, Rayquaza. Also, I do know the alphabet. I just don't know the order of the alphabet. Charizard goes under C. This is such a weird card, right? Like, I mean, it's got a nice swirl, I guess. I don't think I will. My retirement plan, if this all goes well ever, and I'm like done, I'm just gonna like play games and stream on Twitch. It's like, I would be very happy to do that. This card in the 9 like has very few sales recently, by the way, or just like generally the Tag Bolt one does not sell as frequently. It's a great card though. L. I do say in my head every single time, I'm like, what letter is this? You know, gotta think carefully. All right, Magikarp. Are you a Reach? Are you not in the U.S.? Because, like, I think it's pretty easy to do a lot of this stuff in the U.S., I want to say. Oh, wait, are you guys even able to see what I'm doing here? Hopefully this is, like, slightly better. Okay, so we did Magikarp. And we have all these. I don't really like that this one is just two Raichu variants together. I don't know. That one, like, that's great. You're in England. Ah, that makes sense. US is, like, quite easy. Oh, yeah, here's one of the gold stars we got. So, like, also, so this is, like, a 2/7. Whenever I see this label, I'm always, like, pretty sketched out. Let me see, like, is this one actually pretty good? Like, would this be a modern 10? This one's pretty decent. It has one speck of white down there, but I think that's still within, like, modern 10 range. Could get a new label for this, but also that's a lot of work, so we're gonna keep it. We've got a Crystal Charizard. This one is the reverse in a 9. Crazy how cheap these are, but like one thing I've always wanted to do a bit more research into is whether or not the reverses of the crystals have the same pull rates as any other card in the set. If so, they're kind of expensive, which is crazy, but I want to say it's probably like a little bit lower. But this card in a 9, I think I have listed for like 2,400 on the site, where again, the 8 is like over 7K for the holo. I think the reverse actually looks really great for this. So if you guys ever want this, like, highly recommend getting the reverse instead of the holo. It looks really, really great. How are you guys sourcing all your cards? I have a video that I'm editing talking about that. It's going to be called something along the lines of the least cringe ways to make money selling Pokemon cards, because I feel like there are a lot of cringe ways. So this is another one of the more expensive cards that I got. This one, I had to spend so long negotiating with the guy, and I paid a lot of money for this card. Probably too much money. There's a huge price discrepancy that I've noticed between PSA and BGS for the gold stars. So I've actually been buying a few. Here's another one that I have. And then, not on hand, but I also have a Gyarados gold star in a 9. It's literally like the price of an 8 in a 9. Or like, because we have it listed for like 3,500, I want to say. And the last sold is 4,800 for a PSA 9 for the Gyarados. I might want to lower that one, but I'm undecided. It's just kind of crazy, the like price gap. So I've been like really looking at a lot of cards that, you know, have a big gap, because I think like maybe it would be worth the effort to like actually try and cross this to PSA, because the subgrades are pretty nice, and like when I looked at it also was pretty nice, but undecided. So yeah, a lot of really nice cards that you can get, and like this one again, like not that much more for an 8.5 than a PSA 8. This one also has pretty reasonable subgrades, but This one, someone put a $1,200 bid on. I'll probably actually just accept that. So I feel like that's like probably worth it. So we'll see. I think I listed the Vaporeon for like $1,500. Also, I'm just like fully like word vomiting all of my thoughts to you guys. It tastes the same as the pack one. You're still broke, but your SPN collection is growing. Do you have... Wait. Oh my gosh, I remember that SPN. Your friend would love the Mudkip. Recommend it to them. Most collectors, vendors at Collecticon don't want BGS. They all want PSA. Yeah, I feel like for me, like, I generally go for PSA as well. This card is also crazy expensive, even though it's just a 9. Most people go for PSA, including myself. But I feel like for me, like, I've found that gold stars sell quite quickly in 9s, or sorry, in BGS slabs. Probably because, like, there's upside to crossing them over. So I've actually been quite happy to buy the BGS ones. If anything, like, I'm not sure if they sell faster, but I would say they sell quite comparably quickly for us. Man, Walking Wake. That feels so long to put under W, because, like, really, this is a Suicune. I also don't have a W pile. Darn. I'm just gonna put W's up here. You can't get it on the pre-order. I know, me neither. I tried. I was so excited. Oh, this card is so good. I pulled this from Journey Together. It's so great. I love it so much. R. I'm really good at this, guys. This card is so good. I love the art style they did for these. That's just, like, way more, like, cartoony and, like, kind of chibi style. It's so good. Charizard. It's also fun because you get to see the letter distribution of Pokemon. S. The Vaporeon, I might actually set aside. Oh, I also... Let's see. I sold some cards, so I might go through and, like, actually find those. Actually, I can just do it after. Since they're all going to be sorted, it'll be easy. It's amazing. So Mudkip goes under M. Can't actually see it. Just sad. You also won't be able to see the Vaporeon. It's so sad. All the cool things you can't actually see. Vaporeon goes under B. Charizard. Mew. You guys can't actually tell, but I'm not actually making any other piles off screen because I don't know the rest of the alphabet. Okay, let me get... I did all the ones that were on my desk. No, Russell, I don't. I'm like the biggest... Wait, I'll talk about this. I'm like the biggest swirl hater of all time. Like, I am a prolific hater of swirls. Like, when people began talking about swirls, that, like, actively made my life worse. As someone who will never charge a premium for a swirl and, like, doesn't care about them, I just want to be able to buy my card without having to pay for a premium because it's got a great swirl. Like, crazy high percentage of cards have swirls. Like, they're not that special. I'm a hater, I know. Got in the pre-order, but one of each ETB just got in your car. Yeah, I got errored out as well. I got through and then errored again. Do I have all my cards graded? No, far from it. Most of my, like, personal collection is, like, probably sealed and, like, ungraded cards. The only things that I really chase as graded cards are, like, the Entei cards that I was talking about earlier. I want every Entei in a PSA 10 P. I have so many. This card also, these, another thing that's the bane of my existence. I keep buying these. I don't know why. And then they just keep going down in price. And, like, I know they're going to keep going down, but then I just keep buying them because people just keep trying to sell them to me. I should just say no, but it's hard. The Swirl Orb could be in a high position that matches the Pokemon. Yeah, I mean, like, I'll be, like, happy about it sometimes, but, like, I don't think there's actually a real, like, tangible value to that. Maybe, like, I don't know, $1,000 card, $5 for a swirl. That's, like, nicely placed. But they're just like, they're common enough that it like doesn't really matter. Again, this is also my personal opinion. I just like don't like them that much. I think they're like nice, but oh my god, I need to drink some water. I'm like, my voice is just going. I do have a Roccasente somewhere. Somewhere, but I don't know where. It's here somewhere. I also have a Magma Sente EX. I certainly own one. I have not seen that thing in a really long time. Like, it could be gone forever. Like, there's a decent chance I never find it again. Which is pretty sad. Because that one was, like, I was really excited about. And, oh no, my phone died. Rest in pieces. Okay, maybe we'll take a break from sorting. Or I could just plug my phone in. Here, I'm going to make this look like this was on purpose. So we're going to do that. Now it looks like it's on purpose. I'm sorry. I never like plan these things very well. I thought it would surely last a lot longer. Well, I don't know how I could give it to you if I lost it. This is so sad. Alright, I'm also gonna switch back to the, like, better camera, at the very least, if the other one's not working. So, let me just do that. It should work automatically, I want to say. Let's see. Yay! Okay. So, I, as you guys can see, have a lot of cards. I, like, have a bald spot. I actually have a bald spot. That's crazy. I have a lot of cards here on the desk. I'm waiting. Did I ever find my Moonbrand? Are you talking about the one that I pulled and then I have ungraded that I don't know where it is? Because, no. It's like 420 when you saw it, though. It was the most beautiful old school Espeon. Wait, which Espeon? Oh, I have a, this is my favorite Espeon. This one, I had a really cool copy of many, many moons ago. Is it already listed? Where is it? This is one of my favorite, cards. I feel like everyone likes this card. Oh yeah, I can't show you guys. So sad. I think this is one of the most beautiful. Focus. Such a pretty card. I absolutely love it. This is, it's just so pretty. What state am I in? I live in New York. Such a great state. Yeah, I love that card. It's so nice. It's gotten pretty expensive. WotC is finally starting to do things. Okay. My phone is charging. Honestly, I might just end the stream early. Would that be bad? I don't know. What else is there to do? Is there anything people, like, specifically want to discuss? Otherwise, we can just, like, look at different charts for Pokemon cards. I don't know. Also, here's the VTuber drama that I was talking about. It's really interesting. Guys, like, I'm not the only one who's interested in this. The whole internet just is like, suddenly we care about VTuber drama. Look at this. 26 million is crazy. That's actually crazy. Insane. Okay, this is actually working, hopefully. Let's see. Okay. I'm gonna have to flip this probably. 1 second. such a professional streamer. Okay. Don't worry, chat. I got this. How do I flip this? How do I rotate this? Oh. Check that out. Amazing. I do not live in California. Okay. So, Vileplume should get an outside art for the 30th. I don't know. What do you guys think they're gonna do for the 30th anniversary? I feel like they're like running out of like new ideas because they're going through so many like old eras right now. Like they just, oh my god, they just did 151, right? Now they're doing black and white. They already did like celebrations, like, oh, speaking of, here's a celebrations card. I feel like, I don't know, I feel like it's surprising to me that they're doing this all right now, but I guess also it's a really good way to capitalize on all of the current hype. But I feel like it will be hard to like really come up with something great for the 30th anniversary. Your order just went through. Let me see if mine will go through. Did you like have to do anything different? It could be that I like opened up a second tab, but like it just won't go now. It just keeps saying that it like refuses to connect. Oh well. Is that a number in Gold Star? Yeah, I mean it's the celebrations one, not the crazy expensive one. I mean, it's still a really nice card. That's another card where the price, like, it's just whatever it is at the time. Like, it doesn't matter like what the grade is. It's kind of crazy. It's just like so random. So you guys can see the cable here from my thing. So if it's wobbling, you know why. Espeon. This is speaking of doubles. So sad. Try and like move this cable away slightly. Okay, that's probably really bad for the cable. It's definitely cutting it off there. Leafeons, Glaceons, GM. Wait a minute. When did this become an M pile? That's an accident. The Misty's tentacle threw me off, okay? If you use your phone and disconnect it from your Wi-Fi, you might have another shot at the pre-order if you were fly to spy. I don't know. I feel like I just wasn't meant to be happy. Like, I just wasn't meant to have it. Do you think that Rayquaza VMAX Ultra has good growth potential in the future? I have 1 out of 10. Love the content. Thank you. We can take a look at it, actually, because that's one I've noticed hasn't really... It's kind of just been sitting for a really long time. Lycia's Appeal. Jolteon. Here, let's actually take a look. Don't look at my arms. So, I also have a copy of this card, I believe. I also have gone through only a very small percentage of the stuff that I want to look at. So we have one at 9.10. Ooh. Okay, it's a pretty good deal. Guys, if you want a good deal, last sold's 1,000 or more. Got it at 9.10. Misprint. So it's been really flat. Let's see like the past 6 months. It's had like, it has a much less dramatic version of what the Umbreon is doing. And a lot of other cards, but like I think this is just a very, this is like the arc of like most of the cards that I would say went up a lot. So like a lot of the modern chases, less so. I don't think this really applies as much for vintage, but like just taking a look at this you can see this is like really, really close. But the degree, I would say, feels like a lot less. These are some weird outliers here that like were probably misclassified, so you can ignore those. But yeah, I don't know. I honestly think it'll probably sit where it is at for a while. I think there's just so much coming out right now that it's going to be a bit hard for cards like this to do really, really well. That said, I think it's at a pretty stable price. Some soup would be nice. I would love some soup. Love the Glacian V-Star from Crown Zenith. It's really good. So waiting for your PSA to come back from GS. What does that mean? So, it's so random. But, yeah, I don't think this is going to do anything crazy recently, but I think the price is definitely, like, stable. You can see, like, there's a lot of buy it now sales actually selling through. We can also look and see what's currently listed. I'm trying not to, I have, like, all my, like, website admin tabs open, and I really don't want to accidentally, like, share some stuff that we shouldn't share. Okay. Let's see what the cheapest listings are. I did not check the card number. 218. You'll probably hold it for a while. I'm hoping for your Latios 9 can keep growing. That card is so weird to me. Another one that I just, like, really don't understand are ponchos. Like, they're obviously really good cards, but I can't, like, I don't know, I can't engage in all that. It's, like, it's just, like, so driven by, like, hype and FOMO, and, like, I think people only really like them as much as they do because they're so expensive, because, like, I mean, they've been around for a really long time, but just, like, everyone just acts like they're worth, like, they're, like, liquid gold, basically. It's kind of crazy. So the cheapest one listed is, like, 1,000 on a dot. There's some auctions going, still pretty close. Yeah, I would say, like, it's probably gonna sit around the 1,000 mark for a while, but you never know. Could do a little bit better. John is waiting in a GameStop submission to PSA. Oh, that makes more sense. That's what GS is. Okay. But yeah, I mean, like, this chart is just, like, everything. And also, the funniest thing is, like, look at how much this just immediately drops off. A lot of times, I feel like you see a much softer kind of taper, but it was really just, like, straight up, like, that's not like a smooth curve. I don't know how to explain it, right? Like, it's, like, very much, like, straight up and then just down. Not like a S curve, kind of, where it's, like, more gradual. And I remember going to shows and everyone was just like, guys, it's going straight up. And, like, people didn't want to sell anything. Because I was trying to buy a lot of cards around this time for misprint. Because, like, I knew things were expensive. I just, like, needed the inventory anyway. Because we just, like, had to have stuff on the site. No, this is, misprint. So here, let me get the right thing. So if you guys want to see this, you can also view this on the app. It's just misprint. But yeah, also very fun. You can see the bin sales versus the auction sales and see, like, this card's, like, buy it now listings have been so consistent. But, like, actually the auctions do sell, like, a good bit below what the bins go for consistently. Whereas, like, this one, like, I would say they're a little bit closer. But tend to have a wider spread. Like, the range in the sales of the Umbreons is kind of crazy. So, like, 2,500 versus, like, on the same day, 2,200. For, like, let's see, who's the seller of this one? Is this, like, anything specific? This is just, like, definitely, like, a real seller versus and, like, another totally, like, legit seller. Kind of crazy that it's selling for, like, that wide of a range in a single day. I feel so shilly whenever I talk about our site, but like I don't know, it's just like easy to use for this type of stuff. Sponsored, not sponsored. I don't think it counts as sponsored because it's just like it's like saying this content is sponsored by this content. It's just like me. I don't get compensated to say any of these things, unfortunately. Sad. Yeah, I don't know, like the Umbreon card, like I actually do think though, like I don't think this card's gonna go down. So like unlike the, actually I kind of like it, I don't know, you haven't seen a lot of those like lower auction sales recently. They've been selling pretty like on the money, I want to say. It's just also not been as many auction sales. This is crazy. People don't auction this card nearly as much as they do the Umbreon. But like there's like a slight taper up here, so I think this card has like kind of stabilized. I think like if I were to have to buy one of the two, like the Rayquaza or the Umbreon, I would definitely choose the Umbreon, just from like a percentage growth perspective, like that I could see happening in like the next year or two. What are my favorite modern Pokemon sets to open? It's gotta be 151. I have been like too much of a degen on like the 151 UPCs. I've opened a lot of those because like you got 16 packs and 3 of the promos, and they were like I think I was buying them for like around $80 or $90 for quite a while, and I should have kept more of them sealed, but it was so fun to rip. I still have a few sealed, but like if I was gonna like degen out, because also like for a really long time when you would open that set, a lot of times I felt like you could get around break even with the 16 packs if you factor in the value of the promos on the box. But then it just like it obviously has gone up so much. So those days are kind of behind me. Modern things that I've been opening, like I haven't been crazy excited because like also again, everything is so expensive right now, and like for me, I am not someone who always wants to rip a lot of cards. That's like not really my thing. So I need to feel like I'm not going to lose way too much money if I do it, and I just think everything right now is just, there's no way for it to like make any sort of sense. And by sense I just mean like I don't even feel like it'll be worth the experience for like what I think I will pull generally, unless I'm doing it with friends. Then I do think it's worth it because you're like with other people. Any plans to add other TCGs to your business? Yeah, we want to add other like TCGs. So when I say TCGs, like not sports, so Magic and Yu-Gi-Oh, and like maybe things like One Piece as well would be pretty cool. And then I'd also love to add like even, you know, other types of like Funko Pops. I don't really like Funko Pops, but a lot of other people do. I'd love to do like anime figures or something like that, but I don't know if that like makes a ton of sense. And then maybe eventually sports cards, but I don't really like sports, so I don't know if I really want to do sports cards. Paldean Fates. Oh yeah, Paldean Fates is also pretty good. But I don't know, it's just like not as exciting. I like doing Shiny Treasure EX a bit. It's pretty fun. And then like if you include Sword and Shield, I also really enjoyed opening Celebrations a lot. Not that I'm really opening a lot of that right now because it is a lot more expensive. Funky Pops, they do stink. You bought a box of 151 with 750 loose packs. What? How? Why? How? Why? Where? The other thing I really want to get more of for the site is like sealed product, because I actually think this idea works a lot better for sealed product and like makes much more sense because like they're truly fungible, like they're all the same. But it's just hard for me to get that stuff because we don't have a distributor, because it's really hard to get a distributor unless you have a physical storefront, and obviously we're like an e-commerce site, so we don't have like a physical storefront. And it's also hard to get at shows because it's so bulky. So it's hard for me to like carry around with my weak little baby arms. Or like I'll often bring like a carry-on suitcase, but even then like you can only fit like so many boxes. So it's hard to like get stuff like that. But I've seen a lot of other people listing stuff like that, which makes me really happy. And like the sell-through rates on that I found are like quite high. And a lot of the like more narrow bid asks on the site, like I've sold a bunch of Evo Skies boxes on there. And like very happy that a lot of people are putting bids on that type of stuff. But yeah, also if you guys ever want to sell on the site, definitely apply. Say you watch this video in the little thing, and I approve them within like 24 hours usually. Eventually I want to also get rid of like we have like a Google form that you have to fill out. to sell. It only takes like a couple minutes, but I want to replace this with like a seller level system, kind of like what a lot of other sites use. So like TCG Player has a seller level system where the more stuff you sell, the more you can list. But like in lieu of that, we have this, which makes it a lot easier to prevent the site from getting like flooded with like fake listings or things that people aren't actually going to ship out. Also, this like banner took me so long to make. You have no idea. I'm just like talking about random stuff now, but like this took me like I think over a day to make all of these banners like actually work. And these are like all like real numbers and stuff. The reason it was so difficult was making it work on like all of the different like screen sizes. And look, I'm so proud. It like is very dynamically formatted and like works on like mobile and stuff as well. Just so frustrating to do. You need help ripping packs, your fingers are sore. I mean, if you want to send them to me, you know. How many Charizard's SIRs have you pulled from 151? I only need to complete only one. Wait, what? Thank you. The spinning cards, I'm very proud of those. They like, it like loops through different ones. I can pause it so we can all just appreciate. Wow. For some reason, they really did not want to spin right, by the way. It kept like switching them at the wrong spot, or I don't know. It was just like, it was really hard to make them like, oh, see that one was kind of messed up. I don't know. They're pretty nice looking, I think. And these were all real cards that we had. So I don't know if we have all of these listings still, but like I specifically chose things that we actually had, and you can like pause them and now they're like out of sync, which I don't know. I think that's kind of funny. I did that on purpose. Maybe that's like a design flaw. Is that bad? Charizard SIR, the last one. Oh, okay. I definitely pulled a Charizard. The only God pack I think I pulled was a Venusaur one, but I was super excited because I was also like, I think the only one I hadn't pulled, again, I opened a lot of this set. Like, I've probably pulled like almost every card in the set. And I pulled it from a God pack. The Venusaur is so good. It's so nice looking. Also, yeah, I don't know if you guys like enjoy these types of streams. If it's really just like me off the cuff talking about stuff. And I think the problem with me is I don't have strong enough opinions to like, or I have strong opinions, but most of them are just like, I'm just like so unbothered generally about like everything right now, where I feel like it's probably not as interesting as like a lot of like other people who are more engaging and have stronger views on things and like can like really like rant in like a good way about things. And I'm just like, yeah, you know, it is what it is. I think it'll get better, but probably not for a while. 50 people watching. I don't know. I think we could get those numbers up. I will probably try and do these like weekly. I feel like there's a lot of tasks that I'll have that I can do during like streams and stuff like that. And like, I don't know. I feel like it's a fun way also to show kind of like progress checks. Like, this is a really good way for me to like look back and be like, this is what I was up to at this time in 2025. And like, hopefully things get bigger and better and like more exciting. But like, I was pretty happy with how it's gonna. Oh, you guys can't see the slab, so I've got to change back the view. Okay. Your dad pulled a Blastoise God pack. That's pretty awesome. An Umbreon. Like, this card has. Think about how many thousands of hours have been spent debating the merits of this card. It's just one little card. People are so passionate about whether or not this card is good and like how good it is and whether it's worth the money. It's so great. Will your next stream be in 2 weeks or 2 years? Who's to say? Who's to say? Really, who's to say? I would stream more, but I just feel like there's too much pressure to like be good and be engaging. I love streaming to like 50 people. But I also know, like, the VOD's gonna get left up, and then more people are gonna watch it, and, like, you know, now that I'm doing, like, a real business, and this isn't just my fun, silly little hobby, I have to, like, try and optimize things more. I also don't necessarily think this is great for, like, the, like, engagement on my main channel, like, content, like, videos, because I don't know, I feel like if people don't click on the streams or whatever, they're less likely to get recommended, like, other videos, That might not be true at all. But I feel like it's true. I would probably also do some streams on, like, Twitch and stuff. I don't know. Oh, I love this card. Again, this is not our sticker, but this card is so good. The CD promo. I love this one. What do we have it at on this thing? So when I remember I listed, someone, like, immediately put a bid on it. But I don't think... Yeah, it was, like, $9.65. Which feels a bit low. California is so nice. Except, by the way, SF, terrifying place to be. I really felt like, I got a special delivery video. I feel like I should show you guys what I'm actually doing. I was, like, downtown SF felt so unsafe compared to, like, New York. Even, like, I feel like New York is pretty safe. I think it's just the, like, there's not a lot of, like, regular foot traffic. And it just feels like a zombie apocalypse, like, everywhere you go. Suburban areas are pretty nice, but, like, the actual downtown area is really quite spoopy. Hydreigon. This is a good card. Touch. Charizard. Leafeon. Wait, why do you want me to say that? This feels suspicious. Roaring Moon. R. Pikachu. It's P. We're all going through and learning the alphabet together. Do I have a Stormy 10 from Astral Radiance? Let me see. That is a dubious request. I agree. Star me. We have a PSA 9 of that card. Unfortunately. Let's see. Unless I have one not listed, but I'm pretty sure if I had one, it would be listed. Because I don't think I got one recently. Gardevoir. There's so few F Pokemon. Darkrai. It's really funny seeing how these stacks line up. We've got like one Q and like 2 Fs. Lucario. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. I'm joking. Don't they talk like that in New York? Well, I'm not from New York. I just live here. Oh my goodness. The stack of C cards is gonna like... You guys can't even see the C's. I feel like surely that should be a visible one. Okay. Psyduck. P. Iono. Rayquaza. Guys, this is a Cosmos Holo for $30. I don't know if that's a good deal at all. Probably not for this card. I need more. I need more slabs. Okay, so I think also, if you guys have any video idea topics you'd like to see, please let me know. I wanted to make some more like fun type of videos that are just like more silly, but I feel like I'm gonna get so much hate. Like I have one that I'm gonna do where I open some like mystery boxes because I think that type of stuff is really fun. I just like unironically like it, but I feel like I'm gonna get a lot of hate for making a video like that. I don't know. I feel like people will not. I will get so many comments that are just like, why would you ever buy these? That's so stupid. But it's like, that's not the point for this type of video. Like you know the eBay mystery boxes? One of my first YouTube videos was me opening mystery boxes. I think it's like so fun. The tier ranking video was so good. I still want to like actually edit that video, but I just felt like the footage wasn't very good. Like I wasn't like it's kind of like low res feeling. Genocide. Oh, this one's really nice. So, the like hollow on this is so pretty. Gengar. JJK. Oh wait. I don't have a, I got a K. This is my first K. Charizard. Are you selling these slabs? Yes, these slabs are all listed. What's my thought on Pokemon Center UTBs? I think they're great. I, like, years ago, I think made a video, like, a couple years ago talking about them, I want to say. I don't remember what the title of the video was, but yeah, I think they're a great option. I just think there's, like, oh, to be clear, I mean, like, if you can get them from the Pokemon Center, you, like, absolutely should. If, obviously, assuming you have the money. But, like, I don't think that it's necessarily worth paying, like, $200 for ones that just came out. That, to me, is just, like, absolutely absurd. Because, like, these do sometimes get reprinted, right? Like, there is nothing to stop the Pokemon Company, and I think they absolutely should reprint the ones that are so crazy expensive. You like the day in the lifestyle video you made? Oh, thank you. That video did horribly. Like, nobody watched that video. And I put so much time into editing and filming that, too. I was, like, so sad. That was, like, one of my worst performing videos of all time. Or, like, of, like, not, like, you know, excluding my first videos, because the standard was different. But, like, of, like, all my recent videos, that did, like, so badly. I was just kind of surprised, because I thought it was, like, a pretty fun video. I was, like, quite happy with it. 100 Pokemon YouTubers or one gorilla? I mean, if it's Pokemon YouTubers, it's gotta be the gorilla. Assuming I'm there. I don't think I really count that as a Pokemon YouTuber, though, because I, like, barely upload. This is crazy. Ava video and stream in 1 week is, like, unprecedented. Guys, we should never put the labels on here. Birders can only go burst so fast, David. If they reprint old stuff, they'll have to delay new stuff. That's true, that's true. I mean, in this current economy, in this climate, yeah, they might not get reprinted. But, like, who's to say? A lot of time, I think also sometimes they like to just keep us on our toes, where they'll reprint stuff unexpectedly. I think actually that's sometimes a good way to, like, keep prices down on things, because people are like, it might get reprinted, which is like a feeling you should feel about this stuff, like that it might get reprinted, right? Like, you should. Oh my god, another one. I'm pretty sure this card's gone down a lot from this 330. I don't know if it was ever that much in a 9, but also let me know if my mic, or wait, if the mic is like picking up a bunch of my hair sounds. I was like editing a video and it had like the most horrible crackling sound, and I had to figure out how to edit that out. It was kind of tricky. Mew. Also, I tried having someone else edit one of my videos, like on Fiverr, but it was tough. If you don't know like Pokemon, like the names of them and all that stuff, it's really hard to edit one of my videos and have it make sense, because they like, it was the recent video, I had to like, I re-edited it, because like they thought I said Rocket's Mutant EX instead of Rocket's Mewtwo EX for reference. It's crazy. By that logic, Sword and Shield is probably a better buy than Scarlet and Violet. I mean, there are some sets that are still quite cheap that I would say are a good buy right now. But, like, should you pay $500+ for a box of Fusion Strike? And I'm a notorious Fusion Strike simp, right? Like, I was glazing Fusion Strike back when it was, like, $80 a box. And back then, that was, like, I would get a lot of hate for saying that type of stuff. I'm not to say I'm right, but, like, you know, now it's so crazy, and yeah, you should not buy it at these prices. Probably just buy something that's cheaper. Because, like, will it continue to go up? There's a very good chance it will, but will it be like the highest percentage appreciator going forward? I doubt that. Fusion is 7. No way. I literally looked like yesterday, like a couple days ago. Let me see. What? Let's see. Oh my god. This was $3,500 a couple days ago. They must have sold out of the cheaper ones. Someone must have just bought these because yesterday or like 2 days ago, there were cheaper ones. Yeah, you can see. That's suspicious. I think, here, let me, I mean, so, yeah, you can see in one day, 9 sold. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. That's weird. Obviously, it's a very thin market, so it's hard to even call that, like, a buyout or anything. But, yeah. That's a pretty crazy jump. The fact that, like, there were this many that sold in this period, because this shows you the volume. And also, because, like, here's, like, the 6 month of this, right? I mean, these weren't selling a lot before. But, I mean, it's good for me, I guess. I don't know. Alright, oh, let me go back to shipping. Sissy price action or people have too much money. Can be both. Could be both. But yeah, that's a great example of being lazy being a good thing. So I was like, maybe I should, like, sell some of my Fusion Strike. And I guess being lazy was very beneficial in this case. So, Hydreigon. I think that's my last one in that stack. I should get a few more. I might also wrap up stream soon. Again, I need video ideas, you guys, like, that are, like, reasonable or good. Maybe I should make, like, a Doomer video title. I just, like, I also, like, chronically, like, really try not to, like, ever clickbait with anything. And that's probably the wrong strategy for YouTube. Because, like, I feel like everyone does, right? Like, it's, like, not even a bad thing. It's just, like, a thing that people do. So, maybe I should do that. Okay, here's some, like, cooler cards, I guess. Got a Gengar VMAX. Speaking of Fusion Strike. Arceus. And again, if you guys want any cards, misprint.com or misprint in the App Store. I will accept many bids. Lugia here. Self-made, so you don't care about no Nepo babies. It's reasonable. This M stack is actually crazy high right now. You guys can see it. 1000 Degree Knife. Oh my god, remember when that was like a thing? That was such a weird trend of videos. Rayquaza. React to videos of people fighting over Pokemon cards in Walmart. That would be a good video. That's such a good, like, I never get the point of this. It's like, yes, these, like, I don't know. Celebi. Again, speaking of Fusion Strike. Lovely Entei. Oh, also, got the Espeon VMAX there. Mewtwo. Got the, E-card Blastoise. Such a pretty card. I was gonna say, the art is horrible, actually. This just looks good because it's an e-reader. Like, literally. Goes under B. Then Giratina. Okay. I think I might wrap up the stream here. Perhaps. Thank you guys, like, so much for watching. I really appreciate having you guys here. Video idea. Challenge your subscribers to a trainer battle on Pokemon Go or TCG Pocket and make the prize a Pokemon card. Doesn't have to be valuable. Just make it for fun. Pokemon Smash or Pass. I love the difference in ideas here. We've got like a nice, wholesome, fun idea, and then we have Pokemon Smash or Pass. Make some gaming videos. I would, but I don't know if like would my viewers even watch that. I feel like my channel is so like Pokemon finance that like I don't know if anyone would watch that. Like if I did stuff like that. That's why I would like to do more on like Twitch and stuff. It just doesn't like make sense because it's like so busy, right? Oh wow, we actually had like a pretty good amount of concurrent viewers also earlier. That's pretty awesome. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. I did not finish sorting everything, but I've got to attend to things, so I might do another stream also like continuing on this, and I have some more cards that I want to list as well, so we'll see. I could also just do these more impromptu. I'm gonna schedule another stream probably for next week, and there should be another video up probably within the next couple of days. It just depends on how long it takes me to edit. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I really enjoy your essay-ish talks about market stuff. Thank you. I also want to do more like high quality editing things. It's just hard to like justify taking the time, but I also don't know how like anyone else could edit my videos and have it make sense for what I want to talk about, because it's so like random or like so niche that like I'd have to get like a very Pokemon specific editor, but I don't like know anybody for that. So I want to do more like that. I also want to make maybe a video talking about like how we went from like collections to like portfolios, I feel like, or like everything is like for trade or for sale rather than like collections, or just talk a bit about like the history of like the financial side of TCG, but like Pokemon specifically, like because even back originally, Pokemon cards, you know, people still talked about the value of them because they were still expensive even back then. So this isn't like a totally new thing. I just think that we're feeling it a lot more than people ever did. I don't know, maybe that's like a bit of a weird video, but I think it would be like very fun to talk about, and I'd want to like put a lot of work into like making that be like an actually good and interesting video. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it.